Thank you, Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues. Relying on things that are said in social media and also in newspapers without critically looking at the issues and discussing with the people that are concerned certainly is a matter that we need to look at it once again. Since we are discussing this issue, Senator Ali Ndume, who made these allegations based on social media, because I don't think I have seen it, I don't think he has presented a newspaper, but on a social media aspect of it. I was one of those who signed for the withdrawal of Ali Ndume. Dino can contest to that. And I did that with full aspect of my conscience, because we are almost 60 years and above people here, and we are going to use our conscience to judge between what is right and what is wrong. Secondly, sir, we are guided people. We are Muslims and Christians here. The Quran has given the guidance on the Muslims, and the Bible has given guidance on the Christians. To do what? To do what is right and forestall what is wrong. Certainly, from the investigation that is conducted, a wrong has been done to the Senate President. A wrong has been done to my nephew here, because he called me Kau. Wrong has been done. And to the Senate. But I am always in principle against suspension. Because of what? One, what do we do with the people of Southern Borno who are not going to be represented? What are we going to do with them? They must be represented. So whether what they have is a right person or a wrong person, by the grace of God, is Senator here. And all of us here are, by grace of God, we are senators, not by anybody. The Senate President is by the grace of God, not by the grace of APC or grace of PDP. Therefore, working on that, I would suggest, although when we come to recommendation, I will say something on that, but let me say it finally, so that if my colleagues look at it once again, when it comes to the recommendation, they can support or reject it. Senator Ali Ndume, from my own interactions, is being the first offender in this aspect. He has not done that before, and he totally, in the papers I read, he said he relied on what the papers say. And now that it has been proven wrong, he is satisfied with the investigation. So my suggestion is for the Senate to ask Ali Ndume or Senator Ali Ndume to come publicly at the plenary and apologize to the Senate President, and to Senator Dino Melaye. Secondly, if we feel very, very strong, let us suspend him from committees. He can make his own people representation, but he can be suspended from the committees. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I say this with all sense of responsibility. There are so many of us who refused to sign when they wanted Ali Ndume removed, but I signed because of my conscience. So I will say my conscience in clear terms. I believe the people of Southern Borno will not forgive us for suspending their representation. And secondly, as a first offender, I think we should look at it with all dispassionate. Thirdly, it's God that gives power to. Maybe, he was Senate leader in December until when he was removed. So his time was up. And when the time is up for Mr. President, Senate President, he will go. So whatever we are doing here, we should be guided with the principles of law and the principle of ethics of our religions. Thank you very much, Mr. President.